is going to be a very close one. Both going for all drought and starting right now with obviously Sarah Station. And I've not seen Heroes run, but I do guess they got a win against PGA Mexican and a loss against Jack and KarenKonou. Are they the one who beat Jack?
No, I
guess so.
believe Jack lost to Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen or Jack unfortunately had to forfeit match against Karen. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the group pans out with the wins.
Nice sync.
Yeah, you see both of the players, intentionally taking damage against Ridley's tail, and you have to make sure you do it against the tail specifically because no other part deals that amount of damage quickly enough. So that'll delay the cutscene if you stick around too much longer. Looks like Hero got steamed a little bit. Just one room behind Karen right now. So Karen looking like she's gonna finish out the Sarahs in the lead.
Very high, 44. Nice. And Hero 2 seconds behind. Nothing much, but we'll see. So the run goes fairly smoothly, starting with the morphing ball, then collecting a bunch of items, getting to Kraid, and one of the big things that could happen is one getting the credit tank and not the other. What do you think they're going to do?
I think they might pick it up. I think I've seen a lot of players just grabbing it early on. Big thing with these races are the boss fights. So Kraid's pretty simple. There's a quick kill. The boss, we haven't seen any runners die to Kraid, I don't think. But once you get to like the subsequent bosses with Fantoon and Dragon, it starts to ramp up in difficulty, and having more energy can make the players more comfortable. So I think they're definitely going to grab it.
Slightly different strats between two runners, but no moonfall there, so we can see slowly falling to the entrance of the old Mother Brain location.
Yeah, we have appropriate fall speed, and you might be asking, well, why aren't they using the moonfall? Well, when you use the moonwalk in this game, it actually makes it very difficult in certain spots to control Samus, especially in boss fights. In particular, the Ridley boss fight is actually there's a lot of adjustment to be had there if you have the moonwalk on. Charging your beam, holding the shot button really can mess you up. So,
and it's not that easy actually to perform the moonfall. You have to let go of the diagonal button and press the jump button exactly on the correct spot. And you'd rather see someone choose to fall at correct speed rather than actually losing time to both having to deal with the moonwalk for the entire run and potentially not being able to execute it fast enough for it to be worth it. So it's a good choice, I'd say, for anyone who is experienced with the game without the moonwalk, and that's the 2 seconds from the moonfall. It's not what's going to be the major difference, as we see both runners killing space pirates now and getting to the pit here, having to climb back. Karen using the ledge grabs, and Hero going for the wall jumps.
Yeah, looks like Hero having a little difficulty with the wall jumps, but trying to find the groove, kind of avoid these pirates getting up there to the parlor. Karen looking very clean, going all the way to the the bomb chorizo. But interesting to note, Karen actually does not have full energy, so that might affect. Yeah, it looks like Karen's gonna have to go back. They missed a missile, and
Oops, that was a chance to grab actually some extra missiles and having full health, but no such luck. So they actually entered the bomb Dorizo room at almost exactly the same time.
yeah, this will be interesting with the drop luck here, because Hero having full energy, if he farms these orbs correctly, you're just gonna give him missiles. Yeah, you see it right there with Karen.
Oh,
she
no!
just got some energy drops instead of the missiles, which is what you want. The pea shooter does not do that much damage, but yeah, Hero cleaning up the fights. Karen's finally got some missiles now. Just needs to finish it off.
Just those drops were with only health were brutal for Karen, exiting the room in second place.
Ooh, Hero getting the Alcatraz. I've seen some players struggle with the Alcatraz. It can be a nice, like, it can be a spot where people will get nervous about the trick, but both of them nailing it and making their way down the Terminator.
Moving and shooting everything as they go. Different strat, opening the door first for Karen. Oh, not getting the damage boost there. And damage boosting through the enemies. They do not worry too much about health because they're going to head for Kraid. So all the upcoming rooms are not too scary health-wise and damage-wise. It's just about tight movement and execution for now. Since the runners don't want to go kill Spore Spawn, they will choose to get the Mug Ball here that get them barely under those closing doors, and they're able to grab those supers without the speed booster, which is really nice. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, quite a lot of times the first such sequence break, you'll see using the mock ball. And it's actually one of the few super missile packs we're gonna get in the throughout the speed run. We should only pick up 2, and supers are actually extremely valuable. So the players will be managing their super counts throughout the entire run.
It's so long to pick up extra resources that the runners in the routes just take exactly what they need. So if you want to kill Ghost Ruturian and kill Mother Brain, you need 2 super packs and 4 missile packs, and that's it. So that's what the runners are going to collect. Anything more takes like the detour to collect anything, plus the fanfare. So you don't want to go through that.
Yeah, and it looks like Karen was able to reclaim the lead just with some cleaner movement than Pink Brinstar. So it's a very slight lead, but again, I expected nothing less from each of these players because I think it's going to be a close race.
Yeah, you see Karen like missing that one damage boost, and they're back in second place. So it is very, very close, and that means the runners have to have like super clean boss fights, because that's where a lot of time is lost during those races. Fentun and Dragon especially can bleed a lot of your time. But just a quick kill on Kraid is what's coming up for us, and that's something that's tricky enough so that we see some runners actually failing it.
I like that from Hero, just making sure to clear out that Kek attack in the middle of the marsh before going across, because sometimes that Kek attack can start shooting out those spikes and really messing with you. Oh, both of them doing the same sort of strat here at the crate entrance. That's really interesting to see.
Nice. I'm getting the turn back to kill their momentum, entering the door there. And yeah, that sync is insane. Like they're almost always doing the same strat. You can see some differences here and there. Oh, and Hero missing the hole here, getting hit.
Yeah, you're gonna notice from Karen switching over to supers earlier because they want to do a missile strat here with the crate quick kill. So they always want to enter this boss room with at least 2 missiles, unless they're gonna do a different strat. Some players like to use the charge beam, but they're putting themselves in the proper position for this quick kill, and they morph to reduce lag. So we're seeing Hero actually going for the charge beam strat.
And Karen did the same thing, and yeah, both of them get it. No problem. I don't know. I never know what's the hardest. Is it charge or is it 2 missile strat?
Yes, I definitely understand what you mean there, because with the charge beam, you there's like a little extra timing with when you have to jump and shoot your supers into Kraid's mouth, whereas the missile I think has a little better rhythm. You're just doing everything in one go. That's why the missile strat is slightly faster. But in any case, Karen, again in the slight lead, they're coming up to the Kraid's energy tank. I think they're both gonna grab it, but one of them may surprise me. So
It's always tough to say what's worth it or not. But I'd say if you're not confident, if you just want to be able to take a few extra hits, it is very important to have the energy to do so. So both of them taking that E-tank. It's about a 20-second detour, but it doesn't matter since they both do it. And Karen is like, it's one screen ahead, pretty much. Enters Norfair.
this is a little strange. Karen doesn't have any missiles, so I know that sometimes when I'm out of a certain ammo, it'll mess me up. Switching to over to supers sometimes. So we'll see if that's gonna mess her up or not.
They'll get some missiles very soon as they leave the eye jump room. Should not be too bad. They both carefully kill the enemy and reopen the door before getting to the eye jump. So the exit is just that faster. You could also go the other way and killing the enemy while you climb back up, but apparently they both wanted that third missile back.
Yeah, here in Norfair, you're gonna see a lot of upgrades being picked up. High jump being one of them, and it's like the biggest reason why we do Kraid first, because you want to come into Norfair and you want that heat protection, so that you can collect all these upgrades and get Samus moving fast.
The high jump is very, very important movement-wise. It makes a big difference.
It's probably the most important item, like that distinguishes any percent from a lot of other runs. Is the high jump. Like having high jump gives you that much advantage, especially with doing this Bubble Mountain sequence break here. You can do a wall jump here. You can do it without the high jump, but it's that much harder.
Very, very little resources from Karen. They probably will have to sit down and farm at least 2 or 3 waves of those enemies, leaving the super speed booster corridor. But probably the second most important item, movement-wise in the game, speed booster, will open for a lot of tricks and just you being able to kill the enemies with your speed, triggering the shine spark. It opens for a lot of things.
All right, 2 farms for Karen, and they have 4 missiles and 3 supers, so not that abundant. And as we see Hero get up to 5 supers, they're all set for leaving Norfair and going straight to the wreck ship.
The ammo management is actually like very, very important in Super Metroid. All the tricks and the little tiny execution you do in every single room will die if you don't if you have to stop farming somewhere where it's hard to get a resource you need. So you have to pay very close attention to where you're at and what you need in the upcoming rooms. Obviously,
Absolutely. Yeah, you're seeing right now the players are opening many doors, many missile doors, and there are going to be many more super doors that need to be opened as well. So having the required ammo is very important detail.
just to be able to enter the wreck ship, you need a couple of super missiles, so you need to have exactly them in hand. Getting stuck in the wreck ship without a super totally kills the run, so you have to be careful. But thankfully, all the enemies drop things here and there, so you are able to refill as long as you pay close attention to it. But Karen has everything they need. They will go back up and head directly to the wreck ship, skipping the ice beam. You'll note you don't need that to climb the red tower, so they'll be just fine.
Yeah, again, I think Karen just has a slight advantage here with their movement, gaining a little bit of a lead there. That was interesting to see a super drop from the scree, but Karen opted not to pick that up, just moving along, going up the red tower.
So red tower is the hero shot. You want to be sure it the Reaper dodge the shots, so it destroys the ceiling, and with the correct wall jump, just go smoothly for Karen. Very nice. They will do one extra stop to get the power bombs they need, just because you cannot progress much farther without them.
That's a really interesting strat there from Hero going up the red tower, doing a wall jump off the right side, just to gain the extra height they need to move that Ripper out of the way. But yes, as you say, once you have the power bombs, you immediately have to start using them, because you got to open this door. You open that door so that it'll be easily accessible as you backtrack through it.
Pretty interesting. Karen used the power bomb later than you see usually the runners use it, just because you can grab a power bomb drop immediately from the enemies you kill with it. But Hero does the same thing. They are not too worried about power bomb drops, apparently.
Yeah, usually you farm a power bomb there so that you have extra, you ensure that you have at least 2 power bombs for the Phantoon fight if you're going to be doing X Factors. But we see Karen picking up the moat missiles. I want to believe that was intentional. Let's see if Hero does the same thing. Nope, Hero's going over it. So saving a little bit of time.
Fuck those missiles, says Karen in chat, so that was probably totally intentional. Hero stopping his Shine Spark in the middle here, probably to conserve some HP, just to be extra safe in the Phantom fight, because that fight can be a bit scary health-wise, so entering with 253 is going to be just fine for them.
Yeah, it's quite a health difference, but I think both players are going to be okay going into this fight. So this is a very random boss. We have Phantoon. Immediately, Karen actually gets a very good pattern, a quick pattern, but unfortunately, Not prepared for it.
It's actually very hard to get the X Factor set up correctly for the first fast, I find. So,
Ooh, shoutouts to Reeve. We have a top right second round pattern as we see Hero getting bad luck, but Karen is doing really well with the luck on the boss. Just wasting those missiles. Well, I'm not wasting them, but just immediately shooting them straight into Fantoon as they appear. Hero missing the X Factor as two of the particles flying around. That's not good. Samus is not able to fire while those particles are flying around, but able to finally get rid of them.
so much fast for Karen, which leaves the Phantom fight as Hero struggles to get the extra hits they need.
And that was a really good doppel. Again, this is a huge difference with the boss fight. Hero just getting bad luck, and Karen having very favorable luck. So the lead is getting larger. Karen getting the second pack of supers, and they have the super missile selected. So, oh, looks like switched over to missiles so that they can farm the atomic.
And yeah, they have all the resource, bombs, missiles, and super missiles wise they need. So we should not see any extra missile pack picked up. I don't even think there is one right in the route that they could grab wrongfully.
Looks like, yeah, Karen was about to set up a strat in the attic, maybe do a Shine Spark, but opted not to because doing Shine Sparks actually uses up your health, and they're only at 171, so it was actually a wise decision there, and just had to clean up the attic a little bit more, conserving their energy, and they should be able to get across the bowling spikes with ease, having this much energy.
Yeah, they deal a lot of damage, but it's okay.
Ooh, 2 big energy drops for Hero. Yeah, it was very tempting to go back, so didn't pass up that chance.
It's a close race, but advantage to KarenKonou. They have a 30-second lead, which was almost only everything was lost on Phantom for Hero. That fight was a bit long. And Gravity Suit obviously is going to be very nice because the next area they're going to is Maridia, and without that Gravity Suit, it is very different.
Oh yeah, this is a very important detail. Hero 82 does not have power bombs, so it's actually very important to have power bombs when you go into Meridia because you're going to be using a lot of them to open a couple different areas. Plus, you want to use it for X Factors on the bosses and on the mid boss spot wound. So, Hero's going to have to figure out a way to get some power bombs on the way back.
You have a couple of enemies that drop them in the way, but obviously that's some time you have to sink in actually farming your resources. And Karen has 5 power bombs, so no problem.
The only sort of concern for Karen, I would say, is just the energy. So they'll have to figure out, how to get to bot wound without taking too much. Because once you get past bot wound, there's actually an energy tank right there for you. So that's a nice little pickup.
Yeah, so we see Hero killing those enemies, hoping for 2 drops, getting only 1. There's that one enemy in the red tower that drops a power bomb all the time. is going to break the glass tube and enter Meridia.
Ooh, unfortunately, a hero falling into one of those piranha plants in the hallway. So they were making up some time with a little bit of good movement, coming back into Burnstar, but falling in there wasted a little bit of time.
Nice chance spark up the Mount Everest for KarenKonou, and they should be all set for to kill Botwoon. They have 3 power bombs, so they'll be able to get that initial X factor. And health-wise, it should be fine. It's been a while since I've seen a Botwoon kill a run.
Yeah, running into Botwoon itself actually does 30 damage, so nice, interesting setup there. Unfortunately, not all of the particles connect with Botwoon, so again, there's that one particle that's flying around, and it actually hits Botwoon,
nice.
so that's very favorable.
Okay, so they can start getting those supers. Only 6 should do the trick.
Again, Botwoon's hitbox, complete anomaly. So having to resort to charge shots here finally finishes off. Hero sparking straight up. That is no good. That is gonna cost him more energy and more time. So kind of a costly mistake. There it is for Karen, picking up the Botwoon energy tank up to. Oops, stuck in the sand a little bit. Again, those little blobs being really finicky with them.
You really don't want to fall in those sand pits.
Oh yeah, no, that is a giant time loss. I've seen some players, they've had the unfortunate accident of turning while they're going down into the sand. They by accident do a quick drop. So and that wastes a lot of time. You have to backtrack and go all the way around.
I don't know if Hero got the X Factor. They don't have any power bombs, so yeah, maybe that did not have the resource needed to do that. But Botwoon's dead as Karen enters the dragon fight.
See how Hero responds here, because Karen did not get a full halfie or any halfie of some sort. So Hero can make up a little bit of time. He can pull off a little trick in the Coliseum. Ooh, and Karen messing up the first round. It's trying to get this Shine Spark off on Dragon.
Okay, that's one good Shine Spark. As we see Hero farming for resources because they desperately needed them. And yeah, that's not a good start for Karen.
All right, we see Hero going for a halfie. So getting halfway through the Coliseum. Another good Shine Spark right there. Karen finishes off Dragon. So still in the lead. So we see Hero making their way through the Coliseum. And there's all this sand there. I mean, the game intends for you to have the grapple beam here, but you're just doing the slow slog, taking some damage boosts if you want to go a little bit faster.
And Space Jump, not the most essential upgrade, but still worth it. We still have to go through Lower Norfair, then go back up, and then Torian, and being able to jump all the time is going to help in a couple of rooms.
Ooh, very nice setup there by Hero. It's very interesting. Unfortunately, Dragon is not cooperating, doing some swoops, and wasn't able to get the Shine Spark there. So Hero's gonna have to wait another round. Oh, looks like it's very close. I think maybe a few more missiles Finish Dragon off for hero.
He's choosing
Ooh,
to get the blue suit.
yeah. Oh, okay. You see hero here intentionally taking damage. Um, well, looks like they wanted to take enough damage to get health bombed, but just wasn't fast enough with it. So they're gonna have to, deciding not to use the blue suit, and just, you're gonna have to go forward with 69 energy.
I don't think they have enough to actually clear the Colosseum with only
Yeah,
69 health.
with a shine spark, there's no way. You need to have at least around 150 or a little less than that.
Chat noting that optimal health is achieved. You don't take too much damage here, but everything hurts in Super Metroid, so you have to be careful when you are less than 100 HP.
Yeah, definitely. Biggest thing that's of importance is was actually in the plasma room where Karen was. Those pirates in there, they do 40 damage, so you have to be a little careful when you're dealing with them.
We see Karen carefully picking up the resources that drop from the enemy they kill, especially health, because they are going to go into Norther now, lower Norther, and that's where the enemy deals the most damage. And obviously, you will have the Ridley fight upcoming, and no full refill anywhere. So you need, like in the route, no E tank picked up. So you need to be careful with your health situation. Ammo-wise, we're perfectly fine, especially since we have the everything is open now in Upper Norther. Plus the charged plasma beam just deals an insane amount of damage, so you can deal with all the enemies just with your regular beam.
That was interesting there. Hero, I think, was a little unsure that one of those wall pirates in the plasma room was dead or not. So just doing a little extra, being extra sure, because you do get locked in that room if you have not killed all of the enemies.
And finally, we get the ice beam so late in the run. But first, you need it to kill the Metroid in Torian. So we absolutely have to get the ice beam at some point. Grabbing 2 extra power bomb packs would be too painful. And Karen nailing the monk ball out of the ice beam rooms and getting the upper way to lower Norther.
Yeah, you might be wondering why delay picking up ice for this long. Well, a lot of times when you're going through these rooms, you don't want to freeze them. You want the enemies just to be destroyed. So the ice beam will sort of get in your way if you have it that early. And obviously, going into the menu and turning it off, it can be a little slower. But now that we do have the ice beam, these charge shots, they're going to be dealing 900 damage each shot. So it's going to take only 20 shots to take out Ridley and the second phase of Mother Brain.
Yeah, all that damage is very important, especially for the Ridley fight, I'd say. Mother Brain is easier to deal with, to dodge the shot. Ridley is a very scary fight. They deal a lot of damage when you touch them. And you have to think that you have to climb back up lower Norther when you were done with Ridley. So your health situation can only get worse and worse as time goes by.
Ooh, nicely done by Karen to get the fast pillars. and into the worst room in the game. Why is it called the worst room in the game? Well, everything in here hurts, and you have all these enemies and these platforms to just sort of get around. But Karen gets through it nicely. Unfortunately, drops that power bomb on the way out, so causing a little bit of lag. But to get through the worst room in the game that cleanly, you're probably feeling really good.
Yeah, the way they froze the first pirates on the left wall and then killed the pirates on the right wall, and then dealt with the weird hitbox that the frozen pirates have. Just no problem for them at all, and kill all those key hunter there. Yeah, very nice set of rooms.
Yeah, it is important to note that power bomb count is a minor little detail there, because if you don't have power bombs to get through these blocks here, you have to grab the power bombs of shame. It's just a small little detour, but you do need ammo. So ammo, again, being important, just as Twin mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and the power bombs of shame. The names says it all. You don't want to have to go pick them. Hero sadly missed the fast pillars, so have to break all those blocks with power bombs, which is a bit slow. And Karen still has that lead that they have since the wreck ship, pretty much. And onto Ridley with 199 HP. So far, so good.
Yeah, jumping. Yeah, Ridley's being very cooperative. Karen's doing a good job jumping over whenever Ridley swoops down. Unfortunately, getting picked up there, taking a little bit of damage too, but I think Ridley is dead. Jumps into the claws and finishes off the boss.
I got scared a little bit when I saw that health drop to 139. Should be health bomb there? Nope, not even. It's what, sub 30, you know?
Yeah, somewhere around 32 energy will give you a health bomb.
139 HP is not too much to climb back up to Brainstar there. The Key Hunter especially deals a lot of damage. We will see a lot of those.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, okay. So Karen actually just opting to farm the metal pirates there, and that's a really good choice, because especially with full supers, you're very likely to get a lot of energy drops. Looks like Hero going back to farm a little bit more. Again, falling a little further behind, but just trying to be extra sure that everything's going to be good going into this boss fight. Because Hero just needs to give themselves a chance to win this race, and you need to survive first and foremost.
Yeah, just being able to beat the game is already like a good achievement. Obviously, you want to do it faster than your opponents, but at least you have to do that to just have a chance, as you said. But so far, Ridley is nice. Does his pogo attack.
Ooh, really coming after Hero there. So picking up those extra drops, really working out for him.
Karen takes time to kill the 3 musketeers there. Health situation is okay, but those guys deal a massive amount of damage, so...
Yeah, that's where having the plasma beam really works to your advantage. And you're seeing a lot of new route runs. The other beams, Spazer doesn't cut it. It's going to take way longer to kill those red Kai hunters without plasma. So just takes 2 charge shots and you're home free.
Looks like Karen will be first to get to Torian. Just once again, we see that hallway and that way back to Brinstar from Norfair. But compared to the last time we were there, we actually have a lot more upgrades, especially the space jump. So you have to, when you learn the game, you actually have to practice that room with some different set of items, which can be pretty weird. And Hero making their way back to Upper Norfair.
Yeah, you saw there from Hero using the plasma beam to sort of pierce through that red Kai Hunter and then just completely nullify its hurt box. Unfortunately, getting getting hit by some of these Namahes, taking a little damage, but it should be fine leaving Norfair.
The way takes you through Meridia. This is the fastest route to go back to the beginning of the game. Hero doesn't have to kill
Hero's in a bad
her,
spot. Hero, unfortunately, the Three Musketeers claims Samus's life. That is that sucks. That's how I'm gonna say that. Really sad to see that happen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They choose not to kill the Three Musketeers. Had a lot of HP. Sadly, fell back down from the top to the middle spot and then got bodied by the 2 counter.
Yeah, you know, there are a few different strats you can deal with those red Kai Hunters, and I'll be honest, Hero was taking it a bit riskier, going through them and not using the charge strat that Karen did earlier. But you know, maybe Hero, realizing they were behind, had to take a few risks. Unfortunately, it cost them big time.
I like that they're restarting immediately, though they know that Karen may die at any point in the run, so they just should get on board. As long as I guess that they don't see the dot done from Karen, they should keep going. But yeah, dying there after killing Ridley and coming back just picking it up right at the beginning of the game is pretty tough for the nerves. Sometimes we see in those runs runners save. Usually the most safe spot the runners take is in right before Mother Brain, and here we see Karen saving actually. So if anything happens, they know that they will not restart from the beginning. Maybe they heard from Hero's death, so they have that less pressure.
Yeah, a lot of the different things could go wrong here. And immediately you're seeing Karen actually kind of in a dire situation with the health in the first room. So, but as I was saying, some different things could happen when you go through these Metroids. You could come out of this area not having enough ammo. So, and then there is a certain spot, there's a certain point in the game where you can't backtrack, and if you don't have the ammo to continue, that's not gonna be good.
That definitely has happened in the past. Runners getting stuck with not enough ammo to kill Mother Brain 1. But here Karen with 25 missiles and 10 supers should have no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, it's quite an abundance of missiles, to be honest. You can go as low as 15 missiles, but having 20 is probably the safest. Having 25 is extraneous. So, as we see Karen, all the way on the right side of the room, gonna get some room to run, do a jump, and continue jumping over this baby Metroid. Doing a pretty good job.
That final jump to get up onto those vines and then here getting above the baby Metroid into the door is kind of tough, but they made it look easy, and now it's all open for them. Just having to kill Mother Brain, and the third win is well before them, which is very nice. So they will be at 3 win and 1 loss, which means probably getting through a group stage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really interesting for Group Spazer because, again, we're still waiting on Carlito, and Carlito is actually a very strong Super Metroid player in his own right. So, I would say look forward to those matches because the outcomes of that is really going to affect how Karen proceeds through.
For those who just joined, Hero died in the Three Musketeers room right at the end of the run. So yeah, Karen has a decent lead now.
Yeah, it's like one of those situations where that third musketeer knocked Hero back down to the second, the second platform of that, little zigzag maze, and he was sort of stuck in between two musketeers. And there's just no way out for him, sadly.
Oh yeah, chat is just noting that Karen is maybe, well, in PB pace. 47 minutes at the end of the Mother Brain 2 fight. Baby Metroid saving the day after they almost killed us, but they didn't because we got the Metroid skip, so no problem. It's still our friend. And Hero not giving up. Big respect to them because it's not easy to come back up after death. They're going through Burnstar, having to kill Cred all over again.
Yeah, that's the toughest part about Super Metroid races and speedruns. Races especially. When you die, you get sent all the way to the beginning, and all your progress is lost. It's not like any some of these other race speedruns that you race where your progress will be saved at certain points. Unless you actually do the save yourself, the game is going to send you all the way back. So it's very, very tough spot to be in for Hero. Because they were doing pretty well up to that point.
Yeah, Karen had the lead, better execution slightly everywhere, but Hero had some good moments, and yeah, they were fairly close throughout the entire race. But yeah, Lower Norfer decided otherwise, and Karen in sub 52 pace, definitely. Their PB is at 51:30.
51:18.
18.
So Karen can definitely bring this home and get themselves a new PB.
I would feel good ending the group stage with a PB, definitely a good thing. Chat betting on sub 51, the 50 for Karen. And yeah, congrats to them.
Yeah, so good game to Karen. Finishing up the race and now moving closer to getting out of the group stage with a 3-1 record, I believe. So they are the winner of the race. Looks like Hero is actually just going to forfeit. Good sportsmanship all around, and it was a good showing for both of these players. Karen, I guess, definitely had the advantage coming in with a better PB, and it looks like their hard work paid off, because to get a new PB here, definitely a big confidence booster moving forward.
Yeah, and a big one, like 45-second PB at that point is pretty big. The next PB will send them like sub 50, so that's actually pretty big. Obviously, if they do have the same performance. But yeah, except like for Fantune on the longer side and a save at the start of Torian and that extra super missile pack. There is always like room for improvement in Super Metroid, whatever your PB is. So congrats to them, very nice race. Karen being 3-1 in group spacer will did their best.
I'm going to step away for a moment, but Twin, if you want to bring Karen in for an interview, then go for it.
Yeah, definitely. If they're willing to do so. I don't know if yeah, they're in chat. Just get I guess everybody is dying to congratulate Karen live. And here they are.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey Karen, congrats first. How are you doing?
I'm good. Like, I'm really happy that I finally gotten a 50, because I've been stuck at a 51 for like a month, and I just had so many runs die to something stupid. And I finally got a good Torian. I got the 50s. I'm really happy.
Torian was actually kind of scary at the start.
Yeah, like I safety saved because I had the restream open and I saw that Hero Shadow died to the Musketeers, so I decided to take the save just to be safe to get the win. And yeah, I'm glad I did, because those Metroid rooms were kind of sketchy.
Always scary. So
Hello?
hey Hero,
I'm here.
congrats to your run. Sorry you died. That was a good show. I don't know if you had the stream open, but you were very close also throughout the entire run.
Yeah, it was a good race, I think.
Well, thank you.
Karen got a PB with what's the official time? 50:33?
It's 50:37 on SRL, but I kind of did that done a little bit late. So on my splits, it's 50:33.
Nice. Did you know you were on PB pace? Did you
Yes.
run against splits? Yeah.
Yes.
So that did not add any pressure at all, or
A little bit, but I don't know. I didn't care about the PB as much as I did about winning at that point. So I guess I was just focusing on finishing the run, and I wasn't too worried about my time.
nice. So Hero, chat gave you a mad prop for keeping on going after you died. I know it's not easy, and that was a good show. Just coming back to the beginning and just keeping on going.
Yeah, I probably made a mistake by going into SRL and telling Karen that I was dead.
I saw actually. I had the restroom open, so I saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just typed Three Musketeers, and that was probably all I had to say.
Feels bad, man.
You Karen had the advantage execution-wise, but you mainly got like a couple of weird mistakes. Like on Mount Everest, you goofed your Shine Spark for
Oh
no
my
reason
gosh.
at all. Fantune, I don't know, but I'm not sure it was so great for both of them. Karen, you got like crazy fast cycles.
Yeah, I think what was it? I got the second round right fast. That's an incredibly rare pattern that kind of caught me off guard. And I actually every time the second round starts, I actually shoot up to in case I get it. And I guess I was too early because that's just not a pattern you practice because it's so rare.
Yeah, I get that. And you both did weirdly wise. Hero at the exit of the wreck ship, you had no power bomb and had to farm for a little bit.
Yeah, the other day I was practicing leaving Red Tower, and I decided that I was going to just skip farming the crabs on the way out to save a little bit of time. And I knew that in doing that, I was going to have to nail my X factors, and I didn't. And then I was hoping for RNG, and I didn't get. I was hoping for 2 power bomb drops from the crabs, and it was kind of a mess. It just nothing went to plan, and I changed all of my Fantune strats last night, and I don't know. It was, but you know, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to.
Yeah, I guess. So I don't know if Just Defend's back. Maybe he has some question for both of you. Chat was pretty happy to see your PB, Karen. A lot of runners
I'm happy
said
for
you
the
loved that.
support.
And
Thank you.
everyone.
Love you.
That was a nice race. I'm pretty sure you will beat that time pretty fast because I just remembered that you missed a missile on the bomb Torizo door.
There was a lot of stuff that happened wrong in that run. Like I missed the X Factor particle on bot wound that cost me a lot of time. I missed the ray gun opener, and then obviously the unfortunate BT. Just a lot of stuff that kind of went less than perfect.
So I do hope you get past group stage. I don't know if Carlito were to get 3 win and 1 loss, how the tie is decided.
I'm not sure either, but I think that both Jack and Carlito have better average times than me, so we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I believe the tiebreakers go by performance throughout your race's average times. So definitely Jack, with that 1 forfeit, that's gonna affect things. But again, we'll see. Everyone needs to keep an eye on Group Spazer. I don't have anything else to add, but I just want to say congratulations and good performance by both of our players here. We are gonna wrap things up. So thank you all for joining us for the interview. I do want to say we do have another Super Metroid match happening right now over on Speed Gaming 5, so check that out if you want. And again, my name is Just Defend, and we were joined by Karen and Hero82. Those were our runners today. And of course, our other commentator, Twin. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. It was a pleasure. It was a fantastic race. And yeah, congrats to the two runners. Be sure to follow them to see how much they can improve, and keep an eye on Group Spacer because action is coming your way.
See you guys next mission.
Thanks, guys.